Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Sunday. No, Sunday? Yes, Sunday Night Live. It is Easter Sunday, and what a Sunday it has been. A day of eating. I hope you are all doing well and having an awesome Easter. I kept to my regular scheduled programming and doing a live stream tonight, hoping that you are all doing well. If you are here, drop us a like, make sure you comment, say hello, and get involved in the chat where we talk about anything and everything around weight loss and other crap that has nothing to do with anything. Got a few people here already. Got Osmodo Man in the house, the moderator of Doom. We got Gareth Marsh, and I assume Alice is not far away, so welcome, Aki. Aaron Edwards, 89, and Daryl M. How are we doing tonight, guys? If you are here, make sure you just let us know that you are here, say hello, and get involved in the chat. Osmodo Man saying that hope everyone's doing well. Please hit that like button. Thank you, dude. Gareth says, oh, Jesus, Lucas Thompson, thank you so much, very much. Early super chat, thank you.
Super chat.
Thank you very much for the super chat, dude. Right off the bat, happy Easter. Hope you're all doing well. Adrian Mitchell's also here. Travis Osborne, good seeing you. Jamie Oliver, the master chef, the Iron Chef himself, Alan AC Locksmith. Hey, Alan, it's so good seeing you. I was going to email you, but I ran out of time. I was like, is he going to come tonight? It'd be great to see you, Alan. Hope you're well. Happy Easter. Hey, SpongeBob. Hey, SpongeBob SquarePants. Robert SquarePants. How you doing? What's going on? How's everyone's Easter? What have you been up to? Have you been eating? Travis says, hey, it's Captain Dagwood. That video I did of the Easter show has taken off. It's had over 1,100 views since yesterday, which is crazy. Because my usual views are between 1 and 200 in the space of 24 hours. And it's great to be getting some serious numbers on that one. Jared Green in the house. How you doing? Good evening, Ash and TFG Army. Really good seeing you. Before we get too far into this, I got a couple shout outs to do, right? A couple quick shout outs, right? Massive thank you to Osmodo Man. He did a super chat the other night, which he said to use towards some rides for Alyssa. She had an awesome time. I'm not sure whether you watched the video, but we did the Ferris wheel, log ride. We did the big super slide, the rainbow slide a few times. She went on flying elephants and the teacups. And I think there was a couple other rides there, but she had a blast. Thank you so much. And Gareth and Alice Marsh and Emily, if she's there as well. Thank you so much, guys. She got with your super chat that you guys donated. She got a My Little Pony show bag, and she absolutely loves it. She's been playing with her. I forget the name of the character, but the pony all day. So thank you so much, guys. And a thank you to Lucas Thompson, who's already dropped a super chat today already. So Lucas Thompson, or also on a weight loss journey, please click on his channel, subscribe to him, and check out his stuff, because he's a man who speaks his mind. So, got a few people chatting here. We got Aaron Edwards says, I stayed away from all the chocolate this weekend, so my Easter present was a Macca's meal. Oh, I don't know about that, my friend. I would have preferred the chocolate. In fact, I'm going to eat this while on air tonight. This is a Chukir milk chocolate bunny. They used to be called goobers, Gubors. And Angela and I always liked the goobers because it was a funny name to say. Hey, you got a couple goobers. Hey, you got a couple goobers there. So we've always got the equivalent rabbit. And I think these are ones that are for sale from Aldi. I'm not sure, but I'm going to eat one of those tonight. Got a couple of beers as well. I got one beer in here. This is Alyssa's unicorn lunchbox. It's got a couple of ice bricks in there, staying nice and cool, because this room always gets really hot with conversation. Kylie Green's in the house. How you doing, Kylie? Really good seeing you. People have gone Dagwood crazy. They have. Who's had a Dagwood so far? Let us know. You should watch the... this is SpongeBob. You should watch the Binging with Bavish Krabby Patty recipe. It looks really good. I'll have to check that out. Please send me a link. Gareth Moss. Does this mean chocolate nips, Ash? No. I don't know whether I'm going to do anything nips again. Yeah. I'm not even going to say for money. No. I don't know. Unless there's something you really want to see, let me know. I recall the words over price ride tickets. I recall the words over price ride tickets. Yeah. Jamie Oliver, mate, it's no exaggeration. Like we kind of decided that we're going to go to the Easter show. I think it was on Tuesday night. So Tuesday we're like, okay, so I really want to go to the Easter show. I wanted to go last year, but I think Alyssa's at that age now that she'll really enjoy it. She'll get like really into the food. She'll have a great day. And we're like, okay, all right, let's book some tickets, right? So we booked the tickets for Good Friday, and it only turns out that like the next day they were sold out completely. So we bought it at a good time, and we thought, well, Friday's a good day to go because it gives a whole weekend to recover. We went there with like no real sort of plan. I jumped onto the Easter show website, and I'm like, okay, what can we do? I wrote like a little itinerary of events that we didn't follow. I was like, oh, you know, if we go here to here at this time, we can see that. We can go to see the log, you know, the wood chopping. We can do this, that, and the other. See the Nickelodeon parade. That didn't happen. So, Travis, how much was the family ticket? It cost about like close to $100 for all of us to go. And when we got there, Alyssa was just like, oh, you know, let's, this. And you know what? I said to her, and everyone's been saying to me, have you watched that movie? And no, I haven't. I was like, let's have a yes day. And everyone's like, I just watched that movie on Netflix. And I'm just like, what movie? And I'm like, where did I get the idea for a yes day? Because we said, Alyssa, today's a yes day. Anything you want, within reason, you get a yes. So she's like, 10 a.m. Can we have ice cream? Yes, we can. So it was kind of like one of those days. And the good news for that is that she didn't go overboard. Like, she didn't push her hand. Like, she's like, yeah, can we go on the Ferris wheel? Like, absolutely we can. We'll do it a little bit later, but we're going to do it, you know? And she didn't go, I want this. And I was like, man, we've raised a good kid. But, and everyone's been saying to me, seriously, man, have you watched that Yes Day movie or whatever it is? And I'm like, what are you talking about? And Angela said, oh yeah, apparently there's some movie with Jennifer Garner. I'm like, Jennifer Garner? I've seen something with her recently. And I remember watching The Hot Ones. You know, First We Feast. It's like that interview show on YouTube where they eat the progressively hotter wings and they interview people. Jennifer Garner was a recent guest on that a couple of weeks ago, and she was talking about Yes Day. The fact that, you know, it's a good thing for kids. So we did that. It was a lot of fun. I smashed 5 Dagwoods. I called it 5.5 because one of the Dagwoods was probably like, and I'm not exaggerating, like a foot long. Like, it was a foot long Dagwood on a stick. It was like actually heavy to hold. And it was fantastic. It was just a great day. If you are going to go to the Easter show, stay away from the cheese and the stick hot dog, the Dagwoods. So cheese on a stick is it's okay. It's not as good as what I remember it used to be. But they also sell Dagwoods there. They're shit. Stay away from them. Get them anywhere else. The one opposite the big Ferris wheel. Not the KISS one, the KI, you know, the radio station one, the old one where all the big, you know, adult rides are. There's one directly opposite the Ferris wheel there. They sell the massive Dagwoods. Anyway, enough about that. Oh, that was such a great day. We got like clocked up so many steps. It was ridiculous. And lots of standing. I was standing in line for like, I don't know, like for the log ride, I was in line for like 45 minutes in the sun. It was hot, and like it was one of those deceivingly long lines where like it kind of curls around the ride, and you think, okay, yeah, you know. So once you go around the ride, because you can't see it because it's an elevator ride, there's like you see a staircase. But little did I know, that wasn't even half the line. It meandered. It did one of these ones. It was like the Nile, mate. It was just ridiculous. But sweated up a storm. So, yes. I recall... No. I'm a goofy goober. I love that. SpongeBob. That's so good. You're welcome. Glad Alyssa had fun. She had lots of fun. Thank you so much, Gareth and Alice. You guys are amazing. Good to see you put your big boy pants on and got the courage to get on the scary Ferris wheel. Travis, I'm so bad with rides, man. Like, I'm so bad with heights and that. And I explained in one of my previous streams that ever since I was a kid, like, I always thought that, you know, things that will hold like full-grown fat adults would crumble under the sheer weight of a 10-year-old. I was just never really good with heights. Alan says he's been good. He's staying away from the Dagwoods. Did a search for Lucas Thompson's channel, and there's hundreds of channels with that name. Can you post his link, Osmodo Man? Just click his name. He's in the chat. Scroll up the chat. He's the guy who did the super chat. Just click on his name and subscribe to him. James Foster. How you doing, James? I saw a question from you. Hey, mate, did you ever see a doctor to see your health results when you're 160 kilos? Did you ever see a doctor to see your health results when you're 160 kilos? So James, hold on, wait, and he goes on to say, I got news by my triglycerides were too high. Okay. My doc wants me to stop drinking alcohol. Oh, okay. So James, what is a triglyceride? I'm sorry, I don't know. I'm not a health expert. I'm sorry, I do apologize. What kind of inspired my weight loss journey when I first started? And everyone's rolling their eyes. We've heard it 1,000 times, Ash, but anyway, I'm going to say it again. Back in November 2019, I was at my absolute heaviest. I was just so round and fat and bulbous and like walking sideways through doorways. It was ridiculous. No clothes fit me. I hated it. But I had to get surgery on my nose because I had polyps within my sinus and I was getting constant sinus infections and I couldn't breathe through my left nostril at all, and my right one was not great. So my doctor was like, I'm gonna clear out all your nose and work on you. So went to hospital. I stood on the scales, the very cold scales in the operating theater right before they were operating me because they need to work out how much tranquilizer to give me, like a great big rhino. So I stand on these scales, 160.7 comes up. I'm like, holy shit. So anyway, I get on there. And I had the surgery. Surgery went well. A month of recovery after that, and I was like eating like no tomorrow. I was like having Latina for lunch and afternoon tea, like, you know, those Latina pre-made pastas. I was eating crap, everything that you could. Like, 'cause I had an excuse to stay home and literally just relax and play Xbox, and that's all I did. And then I had hemorrhage in my nose, so I had really bad hemorrhaging in my nose. So my nose started pouring out blood and it looked like I had raspberries hanging out of my nose because like the blood was clotting and the bleed wouldn't stop. Like, it was just one of those bleeds that absolutely wouldn't stop. So I had the most traumatic experience going to the hospital. And if you guys want me to tell you about the experience of the hospital experience, just put it down there, hospital experience. I'll tell you about it because it was just you're crazy. But anyway, kind of long story short, I went back to hospital again, and that was like a month after or a couple weeks after my surgery. So when it came time to New Year's, I was like, I didn't go see a doctor or anything like that, and I was like, I really need to make a change. That's when I saw Jerd's story on the man shake, and he lost all this weight and everything. I'm like, you know what? If he can do it, I can do it too. And then I ordered some man shake. Coincidentally, in the mail, I got a letter that said, hey, Ash, this is from Blacktown Hospital and everything like that. You are pre-diabetic. Your heart, we took your blood reads, your sugar reads and everything like that in the two hospital visits that you had. And they were like, yeah, you are like borderline diabetic. You need to do something and quick. And that was like the day I started the weight loss journey. I'm like, that's not good. But it was like a sign. It was like, yo, you got to do this shit, man. So I got on it, and it said like, you know, weight loss. I think it said at the bottom of the letter, and I got the letter upstairs somewhere. I've shown it in many other videos. So it says on the bottom of the letter, it says even a weight loss of 2 kilos can reduce the chances of diabetes gained diabetes type 2 by like 30%, or something. It was some crazy number. I'm like, really? 2 kilos? Wow. Just shit. I better do this. So yeah, and it wasn't until like a few weeks into my weight loss journey I revealed that I got that letter. I didn't go to the doctor once after that. So I saw my specialist as a follow-up in February. I lost like 5 or 10 kilos at the time. He didn't take any blood results or anything. He was mainly concerned about my nose. He said, oh, I see you lost a little bit of weight. I'm like, yeah, I had. I was full chuffed. And he's like, he pulled out the shit that was in my nose. Anyway, and then it wasn't until, when was it? I think it was maybe 6 or 7 months into my weight loss journey. I woke up one night thinking I was having a heart attack. Like, I woke up, my heart was thumping in my chest. It was like, do, and I'm just like, holy crap. And I got this sudden burst of energy. It was like 2 o'clock in the morning. And I'm like, oh my God. And I was like sweating hard. And, if you've been on my channel for a while, you'll know what I'm alluding to here. I got up and I was just like, oh, what's going on? And I was like, I'm checking my arm. I'm like thinking, am I like, getting a heart attack here? Does my arm hurt? Does my chest hurt? But my heart was beating out of its chest. I took my heart rate and I was in bed, sound asleep, but I'd been up for like all of like a minute or 2 minutes. My heart rate was 130 beats a minute. And I'm like, what is going on? And I felt lightheaded. And I sat at the end of the bed, put my head like between my knees. And I woke up Angela. And Angela, my missus, she's like rubbing my back. And I was having this major anxiety attack. I don't like, that's what the doctor said. So, but I've never been more scared in my life. I thought I was going to die. Like, I thought that was it. Like, I've never had an anxiety attack before. I've been anxious before, but I've never had like a full panic attack where I've just been like, I don't know what to do. Like, I was literally pacing, running, like going up and down the halls. I had no idea what to do. Suddenly, like, need water. Have a drink of water. I'm just like moving 1,000 miles a minute. And I eventually calmed myself down after like 15 minutes of this attack. And I didn't sleep. Like, I probably slept maybe about an hour and a half. And I went to the doctor the next day. I'm like, Doc, mate, seriously, never been scared. Like, I thought I was having a heart attack. He's like, yeah. He, listened to my chest. He was like, okay, now breathe. He's like, yeah, you seem fine. I'm like, Doc, come on, do something. Like, at least give me a bit of love, And he took some blood tests and everything like that. He took some blood. And he's like, okay, I'm going to test your blood. Things like that. I'm like, hey Doc, why are you there? I did get a letter earlier this year. Maybe I should have gotten this checked earlier, but I was a pre-diabetic. Can you check that? Like, this is like in July. And anyway, he calls me up one day and he's like, can you come in for your results? I'm like, not really, Doc. Like, can you just let me know? Because I'm stressing this thing. He goes, look, mate, you're fine. It was just a panic attack. All your blood's good, your cholesterol's good, and everything like that. And like, just a complete afterthought. I'm like, oh yeah, Doc, how about the diabetes? How's that? He goes, mate, you're good. You're absolutely perfect. You are like, where exactly a 30 odd year old should be. And I'm like, yes, haha. So I smashed that. I see some people want to hear about the hospital experience. I'll get into that in a minute. But James Foster goes on to say, hey, Tim Bradley, how you doing, man? I'll read yours in a second. He goes, I feel like I've given up on my weight loss for now, but it's great to watch you every week to see you going. James, mate, so what's stopping you? What's stopping you from doing your weight loss? And like, are you a big fella? Like, I mean, how much are you wanting to lose? What are you wanting to do? Right. Tim Bradley says, hey, Ash, just want to let you know I'm crushing goals this week. Things are looking up. Yes. Tim, did you send me an email this week? I have a feeling like I got an email from you, but I need to double check. I've just been a bit hectic this week. That's when KFC profits dropped. Triglycerides are part of the cholesterol allipid. Oh, I don't know what an allipid is. What's an allipid? So you got cholesterol issues. Is that right, James? Can't click on the name. The name's only in text, no link, but just on my PC anyway. Oh, John Hawkshaw, how you doing, man? Good seeing you. Sorry, man, I didn't see you come in a little bit earlier. Did the Roosters end up winning because I don't know. Like I was watching the game and Warriors was staging a little comeback, but Mamalo put his hand on the line as he went to score like his amazing try. 32-12, man, they smashed them. Okay. Damien, how you doing? Damien, good seeing you. Okay, so let's talk about the hospital story. Okay, so I had my surgery, right? And for all those who don't really know much about sinus surgery, I don't blame you. It's very boring. But I had massive obstructive sleep apnea, like massive, like super bad, like to the point where my lovely Mrs. Angela, we've been together for 11 years now. We've been sharing a bed for like, ever since we kind of, started living together. And for the year, I think, or maybe 2 years leading up to my surgery, she couldn't sleep in the same room as me because I was snoring so loud that she couldn't sleep. Like she was just, and she was afraid because I would stop breathing constantly in my sleep. And she's like, you have to do something about it. You have to do something. And this is like, they had hand in hand, like, I got to lose weight to stop the snoring, but like, I don't want to change my routine because I love eating. But I might need surgery because I knew that my nose was all kind of messed up. And I don't know. I was very selfish, very self-absorbed. And Angela, for the most part, she would be sleeping with those earplugs, those like soft rubber ones you squeeze and you put them in your ear and they expand. It wasn't until she was using those and everything was fine. She was able to sleep in the same room as me for quite a few years until she perforated her eardrum from using them. So she couldn't use that anymore since she perforated her eardrum. So we've been in separate rooms for a couple of years. And then it got to a point where I was like, okay, I have to do something about this. I saw my ear, nose, throat specialist now. He did a procedure what's called a bilateral fess and a septal reconstructions, right? Adrian Mitchell, hold on, wait a minute. Don't go, James. 2nd of October 2020, weighed 245 kilos. Today I weigh 185. Holy smokes. Ladies and gentlemen, if you can, if you are a Fat Guy Army member, can you please drop a shaker salute for my man Adrian there? That's fantastic. James, 125, just can't seem to maintain motivation. I eat not that much and then eat too much. Jesus Christ. Well, anyway, okay, so anyway, I had a sleep test before my surgery, and the sleep test said that you are in the highest percentile of like obstructive sleep apnea, like in terms of the loudness and the times you stop breathing. You need to do something about this. And ladies and gentlemen, you can do something right now by giving me a like, please. 20 people, 10 likes. What's going on? Do I need to spell it out for you? Like this video. Anyway, so then I had a bilateral fess and a septal reconstruction. So basically I had to drill into my nose, had to break my nose, fix up a septum, which is deviated. It was like deviated to the left. He's fixed that up. He scraped out a whole bunch of, polyps and all that. So now I can breathe clear. So he was like, I'm not surprised that you are overweight. And he was he's a really good, throat specialist. He gave me wanted me to get healthy. He gave me an eating plan. He said, look, dude, you'll be able to lose. And he said, dude, because he's a young doctor. He's like, yeah, dude, yeah. I'm surprised you could breathe at all. But you're going to be you're going to be a different person when you come out of the surgery. You might lose a lot of weight. Little did he know that actually did happen. So it involved major surgery. There was a whole bunch of like stitches and everything like that. So a couple weeks after the surgery, so basically the few days after surgery, I can't breathe at all. I've got these rubbish, like these hard plastic shunts in my nose, which is like holding my nose in place because it's completely broken. And I can't breathe through my nose at all. I'm constantly having to rinse and do sprays. My nose, I had like these little rolled up bits of gauze with sticky tape under my nose for weeks because my nose was just constantly like dripping blood. And it wasn't like bleeding. It was just like oozing from the wounds and everything like that while that was healing up. So for this couple weeks, I was at home playing Xbox. I couldn't really sleep. Like every time I go to sleep, I'll just like wake up thinking I was dying because I couldn't breathe through my nose at all. Like it was just completely blocked. And hey, 40, how you doing, man? Really good seeing you, dude. Really good seeing you. what was the sleep score out of curiosity? I don't remember the exact score. Events per hour, it was like 42 events, 40, like I would stop breathing, like it was some ridiculous amount of times a minute. Like, I don't know. I was holding my breath for like up to like 30 seconds at some point. But anyway, so there I am eating, just playing Xbox and everything like that. And then like I'm cleaning out my nose one day, and then this giant like chunk like of like this like clotted like thing just is hanging out my nose, and it just kind of falls out, and then my nose starts bleeding. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, you know, like the doctor said, you know, expect nosebleeds and that kind of stuff. And I was like, okay, yeah, no worries, I'll manage this. But it was bleeding a lot. It was bleeding a lot, like a proper lot. And it was bright red too. I'm like, oh, this is not good. So, yeah, you do your stuff that the doctor said, and it just wouldn't stop bleeding. And it was about like half an hour into it, I called up the you know, throat specialist. He's like, I said, look, my nose is bleeding like crazy. It's not stopping. What should I do? She goes, okay, get some cold packs, put it on the back of your neck, you know, do this, do that. If you are really stressed, call emergency. I'm like, okay, great, fantastic, good to know. I'm home alone. Ange is at work. I'm just like, okay, I've used up a whole tissue box of like bloody red tissues. There's a great big mountain of them on the table. I'm thinking, this is not good. Time to call Triple O. So I called up Triple O because I'm home alone. I can't drive, even though I live near Nepean Hospital, like probably about a 10-minute drive away. I couldn't drive. Like I couldn't be doing this and drive. So I called up the ambulance, and they came. And this is when my psycho neighbor, I never forgot about this. Hey, Ghost of Celtics Pass, how you doing, man? Booger talk, exactly right. The ambulance comes eventually, right? I tell Ange, hey, look, I'm going to go to hospital. This is, yeah, my nose has not stopped bleeding. By this stage, it looked like I had these great big strawberries hanging out of my nose because like the blood was starting to clot, but it wasn't stopping, and I was getting pressure behind my eyes. So this ambulance pulls up with these two young blokes, and they, you know, sit in the driveway. I'm in a, you know, townhouse complex, right? We're the frontmost place, and they come in. They're like, okay, let's try to stop this bleed. And they did the same thing: cold pack, back of the head, hold your head forward, you know, let the blood out. And they were there for about 15-20 minutes. That didn't stop. So they're like, okay, we're going to cart you off to hospital, right? So I live, no word of a lie, less than 10 minutes away from the Nepean Hospital, right? Of which they have ENT specialists. So ENT, ear, nose, throat specialists, right? 10 minutes. Right. And they said, without even calling, they're like, oh, we know that Nepean's a bit crazy at the present moment. So, like, yeah, you won't be seen there. We're not going to take you there. So they decide, okay, what we're going to do is we're going to take you to, I think it was Mount Druitt Hospital. And Mount Druitt doesn't have ear, nose, throat specialists. And this is about 5 o'clock in the afternoon, I think on a Friday or something. I can't forget exactly what day of the week it was. And Mount Druitt is probably about a 25-minute drive, opposite direction, right, away from the Nepean. So they're starting. They walk me outside. I've got a handful of bloody tissues, and my bitch of a neighbor, like that lives opposite me, she's like, she comes up to me, or one of the paramedics, and goes, "Are you guys going to be leaving soon? Because it's my daughter's like, what was it? Year 6 formal or something like that, and we need to get some pictures in the driveway." And the guy's like, bro, we're an ambulance. Like, we go when we're going to go. There's obviously a medical emergency there. And like, she was there, like standing, arms folded, didn't give two shits about like, you know, what was going on. And I forgot about this. I'm sitting there, so I got the front door open, right? So I got the front door open because I got like the security gate, and then you got the actual door itself, right? And the door was open. I had the security gate shut, so I could see if the ambulance was coming, right? She comes over and she's like, have you seen, like, I'm there with blood pouring down my face, like a pile of tissues like this. And she comes up, she's like, have you seen that there's this girl that's been getting around on a bike recently, and she's been coming up our driveway, and when the gates open, she's been coming into the thing here, and I've seen that she has had a weapon on her, like a knife or something like that, and I'm just wondering whether you saw him. I'm just like, have you reported it to the police? She goes, no. I'm like, then start with the police. I couldn't believe it. And no, it's like, hey, man, are you okay? Like, I noticed there's like a gallon of blood coming out of your face. You didn't give two shits. Sorry, it was, there's kids listening. But and then she had that you know, the remark to the paramedics and walking out. So we piss off. We go to Mount Druitt. So Mount Druitt, right? Get there, and this poor little the triage nurse was just like, okay, yeah, we need to get you in to see that, but we don't have any nose throat specialists here. Don't know what we're gonna do, but we'll get the resident. It was like a junior resident to see you. And by this stage, my face was throbbing. It was absolutely throbbing because like the blood was no longer coming out of my nose. It was going back into like my sinus. Like it was filling up my sinus. It was coming down my throat. And it just wouldn't stop bleeding because my like I had these great big like bloody like strawberries hanging out my nose. And anyway, so this little junior resident, no idea what she's doing. She's a doctor, but she had no idea. Like, this is a very specialist kind of thing. So I said, I'm hemorrhaging. I need something. And she's like, I don't know what we're going to do. I'm going to get the senior specialist, the senior resident to take a look at this. And he's on the nose throat specialist. She's just a general kind of doctor. He's like, okay, so this is what we're going to do, right? They get me on this table, right? This is like after an hour. I'm in absolute agony at this stage. And he could see I was in agony. So he's like, got me on this table, right? He's like, okay, what we're going to do is we're going to suction out the blood, right? We're going to suction out. And sorry, ladies and gentlemen, is going to get graphic here. And I'm like, just do whatever you need to do. Just... I'm dying here, like not like dying, but I was in incredible pain. I've never, like, my face has never hurt so much. My eyes felt like they were going to come out of my skull. And he's like, okay, so he gets that, you know, the little thing. It looks like a, you know, great big, I don't know, hose, and it's just like, it's so gross. Sticks it in. He's like sucking these chunks. I see these red just chunks going up this like hose and into this thing. He had to shove it right in there. Mind you, I'm still recovering from surgery. My nose is still broken, and I got these great big hard plastic shunts in my nose, and he's jamming this thing right up my nose. He's like at the base of my brain, and it's just, I can feel like all this like hard blood, clotted blood just getting sucked out of the backs of my sinuses. And meanwhile, he's trying to get a hold of my specialist. My specialist isn't answering because he's in like Timbuktu or somewhere. And like, it's like, why won't they answer the phone? And the doctor's like, why did you bring him to Mount Druitt? We're not an ear, throat surgeon. We don't have anyone here. So anyway, they suck, like, no word of a lie, like more than a Coke can worth of blood out of my face, right? Like, it was like that. And they kept asking me, it's like, are you feeling faint? Like, you should be feeling faint right now with the amount of blood that was probably in your stomach and what we've sucked out of your face. You've lost a lot of blood. You haven't really drunk anything or ate anything, you know, obviously. I'm like, no, I'm good. Just keep going. So they suck out this Coke can worth of like bloody blood out of my face. And then they get this, only what I could describe as a giant tampon. I don't use tampons. I don't know the size of tampons. I assumed that this was giant. It was like probably like this big. And he's like, okay, now this is going to hurt. I'm like, oh shit. He shoved this thing so far up my nose. How far did he shove it? He shoved it so far that I thought he was like poking the bottom of my brain. Like, he just shoved this thing right up to the point that it disappeared. It was gone. Like, because he eventually figured out it was my right nostril that was the one that was hemorrhaging. So he's just like, it looked like a magic trick. You know when, like, you know, you see those people that get the pens and they shove it up their nose and they pull it out of their ear? It looked like that. And then he's like, okay. So, and I'm like, okay, not so bad. He's like, yeah, now I got to inflate it. I'm like, no! He's like, like a bike pump, you know? And this thing pumps up. And it is like this massive amount of pressure behind my face. And I'm like, okay, now you've done this, can I get some like painkillers? And they're like, okay, yeah. So I think I got like endone or something like that. I don't use sound. Thanks for that clarification. Yeah, I thought I should let you know that, Aaron. So, and then they're like, okay, so we can't really leave you here because we don't know what we're doing. This is like how they put it to us. Like, we're not specialists in this. We don't really know what we're doing. We kind of took an estimated guess as to what we should do. But we have called ahead to Westmead. Now, Westmead, for all those who don't live in Sydney, is another about half an hour drive from where I was, maybe a 35-minute drive from where I was down the motorway, down the M4, you know, just a hop, skip, and a jump, the opposite direction to where I live. And like the further away from the Nepean, which have ear, nose, throat specialists, that's where my doctor is, right? They're like, okay, so we've called ahead to Westmead, right? They're going to, and this is, Westmead is like the hub, the hospital hub of like, you know, all the major ER, like emergency events, they go to Westmead, right? It's a big, you know, it's a big hospital, you know, it's like the main one. And they're like, okay, we're going to send you there. We've gotten approval to send you in lights and sirens. What that means is like when you see an ambulance just kind of cruising, right? And they've got a patient in the back, that means it's nothing urgent, right? When they're cruising with the lights on, somewhat urgent, but not crazy. Lights and sirens is urgent. Get the hell out of the way. They're doing the sirens all the way. I was like, awesome. And now it's pretty late. It's like 7 or 8 o'clock at night. They're like, we're going to have an ear, nose, throat specialist there waiting for you. Right? So they rush me down the M4. Lights and sirens. I've never been in a Mercedes Sprinter before, or whatever it's bloody called, but man, this guy would have been clocking about 180 down the M4. It was ridiculous. I was like literally like freaking out, and I was oh damn, I got on my other phone. I've like literally got a little snippet of a video of me in the bloody the back of the ambulance, just like so they get me there. And I'm going to like the emergency triage kind of thing. I'm sitting in that paramedic bed. And meanwhile, there's like some lady who's just like wailing in pain next to me. Will someone give me some drugs? And she's like wailing nonstop, like, I need some painkillers. And nonstop, just wouldn't stop. Like, and I was in that bed for an hour. And after about 45 minutes, the main triage nurse comes over to me, right? She's like, yeah, so the ear, nose, throat specialist left before you got here. And you probably could have heard it. I was like, fuck! Like, are you serious? What? Are you serious? And then, yeah, I was stuck. They're like, okay, so the paramedics need to go. And I'm basically like pleading with the paramedic, please, can you take me back to Nepean? Please. They're like, we can't do that. You've already transferred you. You're in a different district now. We can't just take you back. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, you fuckers. So they needed to take their stretcher with them because that's their stretcher. That's their ambulance. So I am there sitting on just a hard chair, just like, and Ange isn't here. Like Ange isn't here at this point. She's we had to take care of Alyssa, and Brian, her father was coming to take her to the hospital to come see me. Anyway, 2 hours go by and I've been moved into the main waiting room. So where everybody sits to be triaged into emergency, I'm sitting there, blood poured down my face. I have a tampon on my nose with a little thing hanging out, bit of sticky tape, dried blood, like all like this. Good friend of mine worked at the hospital at the time, and she was like, okay, Ash, I'm going to look after you a little bit. And she brought over some warm towels and was like just cleaning my face. I'm just there like, my face hurts. I want to lay down, but they had no beds. So 11 o'clock rolls around, 11 o'clock at night. This started at like 5, right? 11 o'clock at night, 2 hospitals later, they say, okay, so we got you in a chair. We got a chair for you. We got a reclining chair for you. So I'm there on this reclining chair for all of 15 minutes. They're like, okay, we found you a bed. And I was in a ward, like pretty much all by myself. So I was in this bed. They gave me stuff to kind of put to kind of knock me out for the most part. I slept for like maybe like an hour or two. Then it was morning. Maybe about 3 hours I slept for. And it was like I had to get up, and then they moved me into emergency, like this place near radiology. And I was like, it was this really makeshift kind of place. It wasn't comfortable at all. It was the most terrible experience. Ear, nose, throat specialist comes the next day in the evening. And he's like, oh, why'd they bring you here? And I'm like, why did they bring me here? I'm in agony. This guy's like, okay. So what the original doctor did was actually pretty much on a par with what we'd want to do. Rather than getting you back into surgery, pulling it out, getting you back into surgery and reopening it and everything like that, it looks like it's stopped the bleeding. The tampon's working, right? We're going to keep you here for a couple of days, make sure it's all good before we, yank that thing out again. So, yeah, I was stuck at this hospital. It was just the most awful experience. Awful experience. And eventually, a couple of days goes by, he deflates it, and he pulls this thing out of my nose, and it feels like it was like the world's biggest booger, like being pulled out of my nose. And, it stopped bleeding, right? I saw my specialist like a couple weeks later, and the specialist is like, what the hell did they do to you? And I'm like, yes. And they're like, he's like, I wasn't able to answer my phone that day, but if they took you to Nepean, I would have seen you that night. He like, yeah, Nepean actually wasn't that bad. It turns out that one of the head nurses at Westmead was like, I don't know why they didn't take you to Nepean, or at least make the phone call, because Nepean aren't at capacity at the moment. Oh, I was fuming. So, and then, in terms of emergencies and, pain, I understand. It's not like the worst thing, you people that'll lose legs and crush limbs and do all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I can imagine that. But for a nosebleed to be taken to two separate hospitals, one on the lights and sirens, be promised that an ENT would be there, and then he fucks off just before I get there. It was just horrible. And then anyway, the doc said, all right, mate, so look, it's about time we pull out that those little shunts. Pulls them out. I can breathe. And my nose is fine. That is my hospital story. I'm sure I'm missing a few finer details because I've tried to repress that from my memory. But I never, ever, 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 ever want to go to Mount Druitt or Westmead Hospital again. Ever. Mick Dundee, how you doing, man? Good seeing you. And hey, Frenchie in the house. Call me at the end of my hospital story. 100 times an hour for me. Been using CPAP for 10 years now. Wow, jeez. Aaron Edwards, you bastard. Sorry I missed it the first time. Can you repeat it? No, I'm not going to repeat it. If ladies and gentlemen, if you can, check out Aaron Ace Edwards. He's got his own weight loss channel as well. He's losing weight using the Man Shake. Travis Osborne says, I don't remember my amber trim. I was knocked out. Split your pelvis almost in half. Oh my goodness. How did you manage that? Alice says, Gareth is feeling queasy. Sorry, I don't mean to do it to you. Am I the only one wondering if he has pictures? Look, seriously, I can get you pictures. Hold on. Hold on. 1 second. Ange, can you run up and grab my phone, my other phone? Oh, I think it's on the desk there. Please. All right, I'm asking Ange to find my phone so I can get that. Gatto86, how you doing, man? Gatto, I want to say to you, dude, I'm sorry. I've been feeling terrible all day. I really legitimately wanted to catch up with you. I thought you were here till like Monday. So I was like, oh, yeah, Sunday afternoon, we'll catch up and do something. And he's on his way back home. So I'm sorry about that. Okay, great. So I've got my old phone here, right? I'm going to try to find some pictures for you because it was horrible. It was just terrible. The worst experience ever. Like, who else has shit hospital experiences? Like, look, our healthcare system is far from perfect. I understand that. A lot of the people in emergency do their absolute best with the provisions that they are given, right? I'm not taking that away from very hard workers, but that Those two paramedics, if they had just made one fucking phone call at the start and said, hey, Nepean, are you guys good? They would have gone, hell yeah, brother, bring him in. We'll take care of him. And I would have been like, yes. I know it's like you said, but I still wanted to. Travis says, $1 strongbows. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. And I thought I had a good idea to slide down the handrail, fell backward down 2 flights and landed on a bouncer. Happy about that. Oh, Jesus. Hey, Indy Mouse. How you doing, man? Good seeing you. How's your night going? Is it Easter where you are? It's Easter here in Sydney. It's Easter Sunday. I have a hospital story. I had to go in for a colonoscopy in 2018. Went in for 4 days went through 4 days of the diet and clearing out the procedure, drinking liters of the most disgusting liquids. My friend had to do that as well. My boss, he had mad diarrhea for a few days. If you've had one, you know how it is. I get there, it's windy as hell. The hospital power goes out. Oh, shit. I had to wait 2 hours in a bed. I get sent home and told I have to come and do that again. I go through those 4 days again of pre-procedures a week later. Never again. Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. My boss had to have the same thing. He had to have a colonoscopy. And he had to drink this, it was like a green liquid or something like that. And it just flushed him out ridiculous. It was crazy. This diet he was on. I do not envy you. And I'm sorry to hear that. That sounds like something out of a comedy. It's just yeah, it's windy as hell. I get there, the power goes out, and I pretty much shit myself. I had 2 twisted bowels. Oh, Jamie Oliver, man. I hope you're okay. Are you alright, dude? 4. Wow. 2 twisted bowels. That's crazy. That's whenever I hear twisted bowel, I think of Santa's little helper from The Simpsons when he had a twisted bowel. Yeah, it's disgusting. Endoscopy at the same time. Hold on. Had one last Tuesday and an endoscopy at the same time. So so you got your colonoscopy, which is pretty self-explanatory, but what's an endoscopy? I think I know what it is because Angela, I think, had one. But yeah. Okay. So so I'm going to just whip out some pictures here. This is me before the first round of surgery. So this is when I was first going in to have my sinus surgery. And that is literally straight after it happened. So that is after I had my surgery. I'm feeling terrible. I'm feeling as bad as I look. Not as bad as what this chick looks like. I'm going to have to turn down the screen a little bit. I'm sorry, I don't have this on my computer. I'm going to have to show you the screen like this. But look at this. Look at this broad, right? She's sitting out front of a hospital, having a smoke. She has rainbow-colored nails. And there's a sign literally above her. There's no smoking on the grounds. It's not a good look. And I was like, you're right there. It's not a good look at all. Okay, so I'm going to get to... Oh, jeez. So, okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you are queasy, if you do not like the sight of blood, right, look away now, please. Hold on. Wait, look away in just a few seconds. Because I've just turned on this phone for the first time in a week. It's giving me all my updated notifications and messages, and I don't want them to show up on the screen in case there's anything private. Let's turn them off for 15 minutes. Okay. Get rid of them. All right, here we go. So, yeah, that's what was coming out of my nose fairly early on, right? So, as you can see, my nose is huge. I have a big nose at the best of times, but that is pretty big. There were some of the raspberries that were coming out of my nose. This is me in the ambulance. Going 1,000 miles an hour. And this is what I look like sitting in in Westmead Hospital. Dry blood down my face, hose out my nose, giant tampon up there. And that's how I was for about 3 hours until I was able to be seen. And yeah, horrible experience. And there's your pictures for you. Yeah. And where's the I had a sleep study picture done. I looked ridiculous when I had it. Sleep study. Here you go. Sleep study. Who here's had one of these where they strap you? Hold on. Enhance. Focus. Focus on my face, you stupid camera. Ah, well. Anyway, that's what I look like. Sorry, I don't have these on the computers because I never thought I would have that, set up. I never thought I'd be talking about this really. Endoscopy is a camera in the throat. Can't eat for 20. Hey, Damien, thank you so much for the Canadian $5. Thank you so much.
Super chat.
I assume that's Canadian. We've got a Canadian in the house. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Thank you so much, dude. Cheers. I'm going to eat this soon as well. I got chocolate bunny here for Easter. I'm going to eat that soon. So, what do I got here? Endoscopy is a camera in the throat. Can't eat for 12 to 24 hours beforehand. Can't believe. Oh, jeez. That doesn't sound good. Down the throat. Doctor called it top and tail. Oh, yuck. Hope they use a different camera. You wouldn't want to use the same one. Osmodo Man, I just sent you an email, the hospital trip. Feel free to share if you like. I'll take a look at that, Oz, in just a second. I will say there was 28 years apart between the latest one, 2019. They left a central line in my neck that caused a blood clot and sepsis, but now all good. Oh, Jesus. That sounds really serious. Sepsis is not good. I know that. Looks like a standard night in the cross. Yeah, thanks, Travis. No, probably should have it. Okay, so with the sleep test, right, if you go to, now this is a little hint for all those portly gentlemen out there, or ladies out there, right? If you go to your ear, nose, throat specialist, if you have one, if you believe you have obstructive sleep apnea, right, see an ear, nose, throat specialist, right? Get them to check up your nose because you might have all sorts of crap going on there. My doctor, my specialist is quite, surgery happy. He's a surgery happy doctor, whereas some doctors are like avoid it at all costs, right? But if what they'll say to you is that if you're worried about your sleep study test, you can get your referral from your ear, nose, throat specialist, and depending on your answers, and this is for a mob in New South Wales, I'm not sure about other states, but depending on the answers that you give on your test, right, this should be a strong indication on how you should answer those questions. You can get a sleep study for free once a year, right? So if you apparently if you are male over 30, that's 2 points already. So if you get like an X number of points, which I had like pretty much all the points, they're like, we better do a sleep study and fast. And yeah, I hated it. They tell you to come to the doctor's office in your pajamas, in comfy clothes, and what they're going to do is they're going to strap a whole bunch of wires to you, and yeah, try sleeping with that. It's horrible. Easter bunny, it is Easter time to eat. Sorry, I took a monster bite right then. I should have taken a smaller bite. I had a rhinoplasty done on my nose after my brother headbutted me in the face at his engagement party. How did that happen? Did he fall? Like, was it like super bad where, he was, just telling you how much he loves you, and then he just like passes out and headbutts you like Seth did to Julie? What was her name? I don't know. I forget. I've got a hell of a story for you that has just effed with my mind. Sorry guys, it's getting close to 9 o'clock, so I'm not sure whether I should still be censored. Gareth and Alice, is the little one still listening, or am I uncensored now? I don't like, I'm one of those guys that I have children. I don't like swearing in front of children. If there are children around, don't feel obligated. If they're still around, I'm okay with keeping it G-rated. I haven't really done a good job so far because I know I've dropped a few F-bombs. Okay, so let me take a look here. Just pulling up Osmotoman's email, but have I got a story for you? It blew me away yesterday. Could not believe it happened to me. Couldn't believe it. I'm still in a bit disbelief. Okay, Osmotoman. Let me shit hospital experience, he says. This is my ankle, the good one. Crushed under 200 kilos of concrete against a tree. Lost a hunk of flesh and ruptured a vein. Ugh. Spent 4 days in hospital waiting for surgery, but pregnant women came first. 2 surgeries later, it is now my good ankle that doesn't give me pain. Oh, God. Okay, let me bring this up here. This is Osmotoman's ankle, for those who want to see. That's a mighty fine looking ankle right there. Yep. Tell you one thing, one side effect from being fat is I've got a few spider veins right here, right there on the inside of my ankle. Yeah, man. Sorry to hear about your shit hospital experience. Thanks for asking, Ash. Emily isn't watching tonight, so swear away. Okay, we're in business, ladies and gentlemen. I had a choc mint man bar. Tastes better than lint. Adrian Mitchell, good on you, bro. I'm glad you like him. I like him too. Mick Dundee says, I got in between him and my sister who were arguing. He told me, get out of the way. So I told him they have to go through me. So he did. Oh my God. Did he wake up the next day and was like, hey man, hey bro, I'm sorry about breaking your nose. Jesus, that's a hell of a family, that's a hell of a reunion story. That's crazy. That's so funny. Gatto says, sorry guys, I won't be saying much tonight as I've drunk a fair bit of Jim Beam Devil's Cut. Gatto, I think that means you should really be saying more. I want to see Gatto uncensored. Chat away. Just steer clear of that super chat button. Don't want to be super chatting while drunk, mate. Okay. So, guys, let's have a serious conversation right about now. Let's get into something serious, right? I cannot believe this has happened to me. I cannot believe this has happened to me. I was so angry. I still am. Okay. All right. So, Angela and I, right, we went to Penrith Westfield yesterday afternoon to do some, what was it? Public holiday, in between public holiday, panic shopping. We weren't panic shopping. We just needed to get some lunch stuff for today, as in Sunday. So we went to Woolies and everything like that. And it was about 4:45 in the afternoon. So the mall, by all regards, was pretty empty, right? So other than where Woolworths, and if you've ever been to Penrith Westfield, you know that all the grocery shopping's down one end and everything like that. But then there's this long kind of it's a really long mall, shape of an L, really. And all the clothing shops and everything, they're all shutting. So there's barely anyone up there, right? So I'm at this stage, the Dagwood dogs from the day before are doing a number on my bowels. For those that hadn't watched the video, I had 5 massive Dagwoods. And yeah, I was this is the third poo of the day. And I'm Ange, could you mind just taking care of this right now? She was at the checkout. I'm just would you mind taking care of this right now? I need to go to the bathroom. It's quite urgent. So here I am. I go off, right? I leave Angela. She's there at the checkout, taking care of this. I run away like, a guy trying to get out of buying a round of drinks. So I go up the stairs and, because I know that the toilets that are closest to the grocery shopping area are filthy. So I'm like, okay, I'll go further down. I walk probably about an extra, like 100 paces, maybe 150, 200. Phil Brown in the house. How you doing, man? Good seeing you. And this is part of the mall that's really quiet, right? Super quiet, right? I walk into this bathroom. If I can paint you a mental picture, right? So I walk into the male toilets. There's like the only other two people were another couple, and like a lady walked into the female toilets, right? I walk into the male toilets, so it's not one of those stories like I walked into the female toilets here. Whoopsie! No, it wasn't one of those. This is actually a pretty serious story. Walk in. So you walk into the toilet, right? You walk in, and it kind of cuts like around, so people can't directly see into where the urinals are. You walk in, and then you bypass like some taps and that on your left, and you walk in, and then at the end of like where you can't go any further, there's like 3 stalls, bang, 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 next to each other, and they're like the sit down toilets. If you walk into the left and turn the opposite way, probably a couple meters the opposite direction, there's 2 urinals on the wall, right? So here I am. I go into the stall on the far left side, so the furthest direction away. I usually go for the middle toilet, mainly because I don't like to checkmate people, but I know that if there's 3 stalls sitting there, the middle one would be the one that's used the least, because people don't like pooing next to other people. Most people are nervous pooers. So, but the middle stall was filthy. So I was like, no, okay, yep, go into the far one. So I'm sitting there. Got there just in the nick of time, right? Doing my business. And I see people are leaving. This isn't a disgusting story in terms of like, gross stuff. So I'm sitting there. A couple minutes go by, and I'm looking down, and I was just like looking at my phone. There was no reception there, so I was just like kind of like looking around, and I see like a shadow that shouldn't be there, like underneath the door. I'm like, the fuck? And I look up, and I follow the crack of the door up, right? And this is no word of a fucking lie. I see an eyeball. Some bloke was staring at me through the crack of the door. Like, I see this fucking eye as clear as day, right? Pressed hard up against the crack of the door. I see part of a beard and a red shirt, right? The crack was like probably about maybe about that big, enough to see a freaking eye through it, right? And I immediately go, yo, what the fuck? And then he goes, oh, mate, he was caught. And he goes, oh, sorry, mate, just putting up my pants, right? He had no reason to stand there. Like, I am in the back corner of the whole toilet area, right? The urinals are like 2 meters the opposite direction. So if he was standing there taking a piss, if you are a guy in here, after you're done at the urinal, you shake, you tuck it away, zip up, and walk. You don't stand over another. You don't go over to the cubicles for any reason, right? You just get out. This guy is staring at me through the thing. I'm like, at this stage, I was like red, blind with rage. I was like, yo, what the fuck? And then this guy, he just panicked, and I could just hear, oh shit, and he gets out, right? I hadn't wiped at this point. I was just like, I hadn't, like, because I only just had finished, right? I hadn't, like, so I quickly just grabbed some fucking, grab some paper, and then I pull up my pants, right? And I kick down the cubicle, went running out. And I'm like, I get out of there, like in the main area. I'm just like this. Where is he? Like, I was ready to beat the shit out of someone. There was no one. And I was like, ran over, like looking down at the other levels. I didn't see any prick with a red shirt and beard, right? And I was like, what the fuck? This just happened. I know that there's a security camera there, like watching the hallway that you go into the toilet, right? So, Travis, this is where it gets fucked, mate, honestly. So when you walk into these toilets, right, there is a security camera, and they've got the actual, like, you know, when you go to those shoppings, the grocery shopping centers, and they got the screen that shows that you are on camera. They have one of those there, right? So at this stage, it's pretty late. It's like 5 o'clock on a Saturday, right? So everything's kind of closing up, and I called up Ange. I'm just like, Ange, I swear to God, I just had someone just stare at me while I was taking a dump. And told her the situation. She goes, oh, look, I finished at the checkout. She was just near like a Donut King or something like that. And she said, hey, where's center management? I'm like, where is center management? I'm going to go and report this, right? So I went down to a concierge desk. So I don't think center management was open at that point. And the lady there took it pretty seriously. She's like, oh, you know, like, you know, the you know, older white lady, you know, oh my stars. You know, but she was actually, you know, she took it, you know, she was like, oh, that's not on. Okay, I'll get security down here and they'll take a report, right? So anyway, I'm there, fuming, just like pacing, just like, God, I cannot believe it. I feel so violated. I feel like this guy was staring at my junk. Why would that have, like, who would want to look at me go to the toilet? Like, I was just like, oh, I wasn't angry at her. I was very pleasant, very nice to her. I'm like, yo, you know, so this just happened. Anyway, so security comes down, and security guard walks up, and he chats to her and kind of gets half the story from her. And he comes over to me. He's like, okay, so what's happened here? And I said to him, mate, so here I am in a stall, right? You know, just doing my business, you know, as you do. And I look at, you know, the crack between the door, and I see this bloke staring at me, you know, see the whole eye and everything. And then I call him out, and he runs away. And the guy's like, oh, what shop were you in? What shop was I in? I was in a toilet. And he's like, that's not good at all. Did you get a look at him? I said, look, from what I saw was he was wearing like a dark, like red shirt, like a maroony kind of red, burgundy kind of color. He had a beard. Because I could see like a whole lot of facial hair, because I saw like a line of his face and his eye. I saw his eye. Other than that, he piss bolted. I couldn't catch up with him in time. Like, I had to kind of half clean myself up here. And he's like, did he have a skateboard? I'm like, I don't fucking know whether he had a skateboard. What kind of question is that? I'm there. Look at my pants at my ankles. Next thing I know, it's just like, did you see him distinguishing? Like, it's like that scene from Taken. Just watch for any sort of distinguishing tattoos or anything. Like, call out anything that you see. He had a crescent moon on his wrist. I don't know. Like, but yeah, I'm like, he goes, yeah, we've had some issues with someone like that had a skateboard. I'm like, no, I don't know whether he had a skateboard. I'm like, okay, but I can, he's like, okay, so where was it? I'm like, it was at the toilet's just, you know, up this way, about, you know, 50 meters down that way on the left. He's like, okay. I'm like, and he's like, yeah, getting ready to go. I'm like, do you want to know what time it happened? Like, when it happened? And he's like, oh yeah. When did that happen? And I'm like, 10 minutes ago, like 4:45, right? And then as an afterthought, he's like, oh, what was your name? I'm like, my name's Ashley. And didn't even ask for a phone number. Didn't even ask for my full name. Didn't ask whether I wanted to take this any further. Didn't ask anything, right? And here I am just standing here just like, what the fuck is this? Like, if that was like anyone doing that to a female, for example, cops would have been called. 100%. 100%. You know, that would have been cops called. If that was, if my son, if I had a son, if my son was in a cubicle and someone did that to him, cops would be called. This guy didn't even take my fucking name or phone number. Didn't even care about what time it was, right? And this is what I want to ask you guys. What should I bloody do? Like, I'm just like, this prick just copped an eyeful of me on the loo, and the security guard didn't seem to give two shits. Like, and I know it's impossible to prove, right? I know it's impossible to prove because there wouldn't be toilets, like cameras in the toilet, right? But you've got that fucking camera that is watching the hallway leading into the toilet. I was the only one there. There would only be one other person walking in after me and leaving before me. Now, if you have a problem with someone doing that kind of stuff constantly, why don't you just, go, oh, it's that guy. Or, oh, maybe we should keep an eye out for that guy. I was just fuming by the end of it. I was fuming on it by the end of it. Reptile Aki says, well, he's been punished enough by what he saw, surely. Aki, he knew well and good what he was trying to see. He knew what exactly he wanted to see, and he saw it. He saw the impression in my pants. But, yeah, Jack says, plot twist that it was Lloyd. No, it wasn't Lloyd. Maybe he wrote a sign on the toilet there saying, anyone here at 5 a.m. would get at 5 p.m. would get a BJ. Nah. I make sure I generally avoid those cubicles. Couldn't believe it. Travis says I should call management on Tuesday. I think I should too. Sorry, just opening up my unicorn little bag here. Time for a newbie. Hey. Unicorn fresh. But couldn't believe it. Absolutely couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe what happened. I was fuming for the rest of the day. And in fact, I still am angry today. But, what can you do? Gender equality. Well. Okay. So, on a happier note, flinging shit at him. No, I didn't have time to do that. As if I would. All right, so how's your Easter? What'd you get up to today? Man, we should. That was taking a deviation from hospital stories to being peeped at on the toilet. Ugh, you should have given him the Dagwood dog. Mate, I was ready to give him the treatment. Left, right, good night. Mate, I was like fuming. Ange, my lovely missus, she says, pretty effed up. Not only is the guy peeping Tom, imagine there was a 10-year-old boy alone in the toilet. Imagine how much worse that situation could have become. Yeah, 100%. It was just terrible. All right. So, guys, tell me, how much chocolate have you guys had today? I've had so much chocolate, it is ridiculous. Ange is trying to feed me to make me, to make me softer again. She made a hot cross bun bread and butter pudding, right? Does anyone know what bread and butter pudding is? It's bread, butter, and custard in the oven. Okay. Mick Dundee's had no chocolate. What? You need to learn how to Easter, my friend. Oh, so Reptile Matty. How you doing, Reptile Matty? I was alone in a toilet stall in the evening part in the evening in a mall, and some bloke was staring at me while I was on the toilet, right, doing number 2. I saw an eye through the crack of the thing. When I called him out, I said, yo, what the fuck? The guy ran away. I got no chocolate, no money. Oh. If only I could give you guys super chats. Not 1 gram of chocolate. Here I am just like eating chocolate in front of you. Enjoy this. Did a chocolate AMSR. I'm sorry. Sorry to do it to you. But this is my... So other than... what was it? Treat meal on Wednesday. Unbelievable snacking on Thursday. My Friday at the Easter show. My massive lunch today. And heaps of chocolate. I'm going to try to reclaim as much as I can Monday and Tuesday. So I'm going to be doing nothing but steps. Man challenges up the ass. And drinking nothing but shake. Gotta go, but thanks for the story tonight. It's been fun. Hope everyone had a good night. See you all Thursday. If you can please, ladies and gentlemen, Aaron Ace Edwards. Aaron space Ace space Edwards. Look him up, subscribe to his channel. He's on a weight loss journey. He uploaded a video earlier tonight. Mate, you'll get used to those public filmings. You'll love it. Before you know it, you'll love it. I'm going to say this, a gain of 1.2 kilos. Oh, solid gain. Hey, Michaela Crawford. I haven't seen you in a while. How have you been, Michaela? I'm just munching on a little bit of chocolate here. Because why not? 764. I love your random amounts there. Thank you, Aaron Ace Edwards. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you can please do me a personal favor. Click on that guy's account. Click on that guy's account, subscribe to his channel. He's an absolute legend. I gave myself a free pass this long weekend, like you, though I've not gone super overboard. I've gone super overboard. I literally have gone down with the ship. I dived in head first without even checking to see how deep the pool was. I've chipped my tooth on the bottom and I'm slowly drowning. It has not been pretty. Yeah. Just doing a bit of chocolate AMSR at the moment. In tomorrow's video, I'm going to do a little snippet. Sorry, a little snippet of the Easter egg hunt that Alyssa had. She's got so much chocolate to last her forever. But all those people that have kids, right? Alice and Gareth, listen, right? If your kid or kids or people, little people that you have living in your house, have a whole bunch of those big rabbits and big eggs and that kind of shit, and they're sitting there in front of them and they're going to eat them before they go back to school, and you're worried it's like, oh, they really shouldn't be eating that much chocolate. You went a little bit overboard this year. Best trick I can ever give you, right? Make a game out of it, right? Get a chopping board, put it on their table or anything like that, and get a rolling pin or a mallet or something like that, and get them, while the things are wrapped up, put them on the chopping board and tell them to smash them. Just bang, 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 bang. Smash them into not a fine paste, but just smash them so they break up a bit. Take those broken pieces, unwrap them into a Tupperware container and put the Tupperware container in the fridge, right? Out of sight, out of mind. But the thing is that you can, if you're little kids, you can treat them with little bits of chocolate here and there. It's hey, great job taking out the garbage. Grab yourself a little chocolate from the fridge. That way they're not opening up a giant rabbit and having to eat the entire thing, and you don't need to worry about it going white or anything like that. That's what we've done each year for Alyssa. It works. They last 6 months in the fridge. You can really stretch out that chocolate. Stretch it out. Yeah. If anyone has kids, Ange's parents, so Ange put us onto that, and she's been doing it since she was little, and it works. It seriously does. Hey, Just Big Bone in the house. Jared Green, it's a Tim Tam man. Or mum and dad eat it. Yeah, no. Hey, so ladies and gentlemen, Just Big Boned, right? He's got his own weight loss journey. Can you please subscribe to him if you can, right? He has lost one. Oh, no, I've already kind of half given it away. Please watch his video today, his weigh-in video, right? Check it out. But he describes more on how he did it. But he has lost 1.6 kilos this week. 1.6. He thought he only lost like 600 grams. But he had to look down at the scales twice and go, wait a minute. That's 1.6. And trust me, Gareth, they'll love smashing it up. Make it a big thing, like, you know, get a mallet or something like that, or a hammer. Get them and smash it. Like, no, don't go crazy, because you'll have chocolate everywhere. It's like a couple of whacks to break it all up to smaller pieces, like that. We actually used one of the buckets that she got a whole bunch of things in. But anyway, can we please drop a shaker salute for my man Rodney from Just Big Bones? Please subscribe to his channel. He's lost 1.6 kilos this week, so congratulations, my man, Just Big Boned. So, sorry guys. Well, Gareth helps Emily. Gareth, naughty. Yeah? Alice, we're trying to help him lose weight. Kylie Green, how you doing, Kylie? I said hello to you earlier. You've been here the entire time. Sorry. I'm not sure why I said hello to you again, but it's really good seeing you. The Greens. I don't know whether I saw you last week. I might have seen you just for a little bit. But, yeah. What is everyone got planned for tomorrow? Tomorrow's Monday. No Man Talk Monday. It's not happening, ladies and gentlemen. You'll get a vlog update from me. The Eels will be playing tomorrow. I'll be watching the Eels play. Other than that, big fat load of nothing. It's school holidays. I swear the kids just started school and it's school holidays. How does that work? Is that what it's like? This is my first year of school with school holidays. And yeah, damn, like it's just like, it's so quick. I admit nothing, says Gary. I just seen your weight loss on your vid today. That's huge, Rodney. Congrats. Yeah, dude, I'm stoked for him, eh? That's a great loss for a bloke of his weight. Like, you know, to just under 100 kilos. That's a real solid loss. Good on you. Oz Motorman says, oh, hold on. Try to stay dry. Yeah, try to stay dry. It's raining up in Queensland, is it? Travis, you're in Queensland, aren't you? I can't remember where everybody lives. I need to have like a little spreadsheet as to where everyone lives. So I'm like, something topical from your location. I'm going to go and get my new shoes and then play some pool with my older brother. Nice. What kind of shoes? Are you going the Gioccanos or what are you getting, Mr. Oz? Oh yeah, because Oz, you'll be loving this double time and a half, mate. You'll be killing it this weekend. School holidays come quicker than when you have school holidays come quicker when you have kids compared to when you were at school. I swear to God, they only just started school and they're already on holidays. It's ridiculous. Not sure if New South Wales is the same, but Tas was a 9-week term instead of 10. Next term was 11 weeks. Alyssa started school the first week of February, or like the 8th? No, the 6th. Hey Timbo, take it easy, man. Mate, I'm super happy to hear that you are smashing goals. Tim, can you I'll read your email in case I missed it, but can you please send me your Skype details? I want to have a chat. I keep saying it. Do it. Just send it. Thank you, everyone. I'm not sure. So she started on like the 6th of February, and it's only the start of April, and she is already on holidays. How the F does that work? Yeah, sunny coast. Okay, it's been raining all weekend up there. All right. If we ever get over to New South Wales, I'd love to catch up with you and drinks and listen to your stories, mate. Gareth, I swear, I'll be honoured to, but I want to hear your stories. You guys hear me enough. Like, honestly, I couldn't be that fascinating. Here I am talking to you about how a guy looked at me while I was pooing, and then I had a nosebleed that hasn't stopped. Well, that didn't stop. That's that's the extent of my stories tonight. But yes, absolutely. If you're down our way, absolutely. Yes, Ash, getting the new Gel Kayano Platinums. Ooh. You've had COVID thrown in as well. COVID was in Byron Bay, so nothing major at our way. So we, like in Sydney, we've been okay. We haven't had any sort of lockdown experience. I think it was like up in Byron or something like that, where we had like one case from like a hen's party, like some male stripper or something like that. Some stripper somewhere. I was going to go get my camper off the front lawn this morning. Woke up raining, couldn't do what I planned. So, stupid black soil. What does stupid black soil mean? Sorry, I don't know what that means. But I'm sorry to hear that you couldn't get your camper out. Got 27s coming in also, Oz. Hey, everyone's got the 27s. Yep, seems to be the same. Yep, seems to be the same smiley face. Yep, I don't know what you're talking about there, Kylie. Sorry, Kylie. Hey, Tannen's in the house. How you doing, Tannen's? What's going on, my friend? Man, you missed a doozy. I've been talking about some stuff. Damien, you've had a good go at the fair. What does getting back on track look like for you? Do you do anything differently? Whoa, that's a great question. Because I was thinking about it today, and I during this weight loss journey, when I have had those experiences where I've taken like a weekend off or something like that, which I have taken a couple, it hasn't really been hard to to turn the switch back on, if you know what I'm saying. So like what happens is that I think I ought to alter routine. The channel absolutely helps. The fact that I'm able to get back to it so quickly, because like this, you get those times. I'm not sure, like Damien, what kind of weight loss journeys, if you have been on any in the past, or what you are like with food. But some people, overweight people, including myself, once you kind of deviate from your weight loss plan or where you're going, it's extraordinarily hard to get back on. If you go like a full weekend, that's what would be my biggest downfall in the past, is like when I'll be on this weight loss journey, I'll be going so well, and then something will happen, like I'll get sick, like I'll come down with a cold or a flu or something, and you don't really want to be exercising and dieting while you're recovering from a sickness, or there's like some sort of holiday or event where you just go a little bit off the rails. Getting back into it is so hard. But I believe that I've kind of worked out that people like myself love routine, and the routine of work makes it so much easier to get back to the habit. It's just a matter of packing it for yourself, giving yourself no opportunity to get anything else. So I don't think it's going to be all too hard to get back to me on track. Like yesterday was like a day of recovery for me, because I did something and even though it doesn't sound like much, I did like close to 19,000 steps, if not over 19,000 steps, which isn't that much compared to what some people get, but a lot of my day was standing. So and a lot of my day I was pushing a pram. So I probably got maybe about closer to 30,000 steps, or maybe like 27, like upwards of 25 to 30,000 steps. But half the day I was pushing the pram, and the pram, when I'm pushing it, it doesn't count my steps. And here I am also standing in line in the heat. I was wrecked. By the time I got home, it was like 11 o'clock at night, and fell asleep, passed out. And I didn't go for a walk yesterday. I didn't do any walk yesterday. And I was feeling really fat and lazy today. I did the same thing where most of the day I didn't go for a walk. And it wasn't until like 4 o'clock I was thinking, man, I got a headache. I feel like shit. I feel really fat. I feel really bloated. I need to get out for a walk, right? So I got up, went out for a walk. I was only at like 3,000 steps at the time. I'm currently up to about 8,900 steps now. Went out for like 45-minute walk, and I felt $1 million. And I was like, man, I feel great now. So I don't think it's going to be that hard to flick that switch, because I don't like the way I felt today. And I acknowledge the fact that I was fat. I was eating like no tomorrow. Nothing really good for me. I did next to no exercise and I felt like shit. And I remember how that felt when I was 160 kilos. So I'm like, I don't want to do that again. So I believe that I'm going to be getting back to the routine a lot easier than what I would in previous journeys. So yeah. Tannins is just chilling. Good seeing you. Michael Fielder, how you doing, man? Good seeing you. I bought the Gel Kayano 26 last year, says Gareth, in green. Definitely worth spending the extra money. Man, they're so good, aren't they? They're so good. The Gel Kayanos were the best shoe I've ever bought in my life. I've never had a shoe that's more comfortable than that. It was like walking on a cloud. The first time I walked in them, I'm like, is this how shoes are meant to feel? Like, I was like, walking is a joy now. I want to keep walking because it's just so comfortable. And my back didn't hurt anymore. That's so good. Guys, if you're struggling with walking, right, and you think, oh, you know, my back hurts and that kind of stuff, invest in shoes. Spend a little bit of money on yourself. Get the shoes and smash out your goals. Damien says, you're absolutely right. It's so hard to go back. I often tell myself, well, I've lost so many kilos already, then I justify the bad decisions. Yes, you justify the bad decisions. Like, you're like, oh, I lost 10 kilos. That buys me, you know, like I need to eat badly for at least like 3 months until I gain all that back again. It can't hurt to have a week or two off, that kind of thing. And then you get back into the routine of feeling bad. You tell yourself, how do you tell yourself for that? The party is over. I'm ready for that on Tuesday. I agree work is important for that routine. Tough for me during school holidays, but I have to make it work. So Damien, if you've got time off during the school holidays, it is tough when you're out of that routine. The best advice that I can give you, Damien, is start the day good. So when you first get up in the morning, if you don't do it already, I always recommend have a big glass of water. Like I'm talking about half a liter of water. Drink it, scull it, throw it back, right? Does two things. It wakes up your metabolism. Your metabolism will work up to 37% better if you have a big glass of water as the first thing you do when you first wake up. It'll work faster, apparently. I don't know. Don't know how true that is. I also thought we were 98% water for a while. But no. And just start your day good. Maybe go out for a walk in the morning. If you start your day good, you are less inclined to have a lazy day where you don't do anything and you eat nothing but crap. That's at least how it works for me. Anyway, Alice and Emily have the Asics net burners in purple. I don't know what they are. To check those shoes out. I think they sound like lady shoes to me. Gatto says, yep, 5 days of junk food is throwing me off, but tomorrow's back to the basics. Gatto, I'm happy to hear that everything went well with your son. And I'm happy at least. Are you feeling better now that you're at home? Let us know, man. I hope you're okay. Back to the basics is the best approach to get back on track. Exactly right, Jared. There was coming into the new year, I had to do one of those. All right, Ash. Get back to the basics. And then it was back to the basics. And then I just absolutely smashed out the next few weigh-ins. Just found out I have Asics factory outlet nearby. Might be able to save some cash. Dude, go there. That's awesome. Hopefully, like they even might have last year's stock. Like I know that the Asics factory near me, I was able to get last year's, like the 26s for like $60 less. And yeah, you know, like when you're like, oh, but the 27s are out. Really, there's fuck all difference between the two. Just the colors are different. Really, like the technology's there. You'll notice some big differences between, like, you know, a few years ago, but I would say the colors are just a bit different. Tannen says, school holidays are the hardest part for me as I'm a teacher and trying to stay on plan. Oh, geez, yeah, I can imagine that must be tough. Well, what years do you teach? Travis says, I wanted to see how far I could push myself and how long I could walk for. On Friday and Sunday were both 2-hour walks, 11 and 12 kilometers. Wow. Killing it, bro. That's amazing. Yeah, but like when I do like a walk like that, where I'm walking constantly, like, yeah, you get a bit tired. you know, like you get sweaty and all that. But like, it's when you're doing the full day of stopping and starting and doing that. Like, I was wrecked after going to the Easter show. Like when you lie down and just the first like 10 minutes of lying down, your whole body hurts, like, because you shifted your weight from being standing all day to being like flat on a bed. All your joints are just like, whoa, what's going on here? And you hurt. At least that's how it is for me. I was sore for like the first like 10-15 minutes of lying down. Yeah, I need to get a new bed. Hey, Cameron Bender. Cameron says, water in the morning increasing fat catabolism is true. Thank you so much, Cameron. What's your source? Are you a doctor, or do you know medical stuff? Or let us know. Plus, I have a lot of things in the week, which means I won't be following the plan as close as I would like, says Tannins. Mate, look, but just do what you can. Like, okay, so for example here, right? There's little differences that you may have already implemented that you don't realize that you've already implemented. Now, guys, I got to stress to you, I am not a professional at this, in case you couldn't tell already. So just when I give you advice, it's based on my own experience. Yeah, that's the only advice that I can give unless I read it from somewhere else. So when it comes to it, you can spot little differences in the way that you act and in your behavior, right? I've currently got my mum staying with me, staying at our place for a little bit, and I think it was like, what was it? Wouldn't have been Friday night. It was Saturday night. So last night, we cooked up some dinner and all that, and I filled up my plate with some chicken. Oh, it would have been Thursday night actually. Thursday night it was. We had some barbecue chicken and some salad, right? I put some chicken on my plate and salad, and I thought it was a big serve, right? And she goes, "Oh, is that for Alyssa?" And I'm like, "No, Alyssa's already got her food. This is mine." And she goes, "Is that it?" I'm like, yeah. Then I thought that was a big plate. I was like, because I had like a drumstick and a few slices of the breast and a big bunch of salad. And she's like, "Wow," like comparing that to what I used to see you eat, like that's like half of what you're eating. And I never thought of it that way. I never actually like looked at, and you can't really remember, well, at least I can't remember what kind of serving sizes I used to have. But my mum used to, because she would know what I used to eat and that kind of stuff. She's seen me, cook. She's been around to our place before when I was really fat, and I was like, wow. I legitimately took me by surprise. She's like, I'm like, "Are you serious? Like, is this like a small serving?" And she goes, "Yeah." I'm like, "Oh, cool." So, Tannins, you might already be implementing these better habits and better things without you noticing. So, yeah, it's going to be tough to maintain a routine when you're on a holiday. But you might already have learned a lot of lessons and made a lot of changes, which will hurt you a lot less during this time off than, what you normally would. Yeah? Reptile May says, "I love my new job. So many steps in. It's great to have active role again." That's so good to hear. I'm glad you're liking your role. Put the active days with the gym work. Should be good. Oof. 7 to 12 mathematics Tannin teaches. Oh, I struggled with that. I struggled with math. I had to go the full math tutor, my man. I had the math tutor and everything. And a lot of stuff. Like, I mean, come on. Like, a lot of stuff do we really need to use? Yeah. Sorry, what ASICs do you wear? Don't be sorry, for fuck's sake. Good seeing you, man. Don't be sorry, for fuck's sake. That's a great name. Good to see you again, my friend. I'm currently wearing the GT 2009s currently. I think that's what I'm wearing at the moment. I think they're 2009s. If you take a look at their website, I think it's like something like that. I'm not a big fan of them. They're good. They reckon, like, because I went to an actual ASICS like warehouse retailer or whatever, and it's like the ASICS branded store, the biggest one in the Southern Hemisphere, and they get like these iPads and they put them down on the ground. They say, like, they don't make you walk on them, but like they put them down on the ground and they record you as you walk away, and then using this cutting edge software app that they have, they determine on whether you are like a you know, walk on with a prolapse step or what. Prolapse is probably the wrong word. I'm thinking about buttholes here. Respect the butthole, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, whether your ankle goes out or in, or all that kind of stuff. And he said, well, based on this one, you should really be using the GT 2009s as opposed to the Gel Kayanos. Right, the guy just talked himself out into a cheaper shoe. Like, there was like $60 cheaper. I'm like, I was prepared to buy the top of the range Gel Kayano, and he's like, oh, you get the GT 2009s. I'm like, okay, tried them. They're good, they're comfy, but I find that the heel is more supportive on the Gel Kayano 27s or whatever they are. Gatto, good night, my man. It's good chatting to you today. We'll catch up soon. All right. Damien says, I teach years 7 and 8 mathematics. 7 and 8 mathematics. It's to the point where I include walks in my lesson. Lucky that being outside is being promoted due to COVID. There you go. That's good. So you get your class out and you walk outside. Cameron says, I'm doing my PhD in pharmacology and toxicology. That's really cool, dude. Wow. So we've actually got a proper smart person here. It's great having you. Is there any other really good tips that you can give us in terms of you know, getting your metabolism going and weight loss, that kind of stuff? Or are you just happy to slum it with me? Yeah, for sure. 9 months of this, 40 kilos down. I don't have any fear. Well, I'm super proud of you, Tannins. 40 kilos in 9 months, dude. I'm so proud of you. To the maths teacher who said that you don't always have a calculator with you. Yeah, my teacher, Mr. Kaura from Mr. Kaura, he was as Indian as anything, but he's like, you know, you won't always have your calculator with you. I'm like, bitch, please. Yeah, I will. Because yeah, we didn't really have you know, smartphones back then, but yes, calculator. I got the scientific calculator as well. Like I could work out the radius of a circle, pi r squared. No, wait, pi r squared is the area of the circle. Working out the radius is half the diameter, but I don't know how to work that out if I had the total area. I don't know. Anyway. Travis, no one could have seen smartphones coming, and a calculator is only useful if you know how to use it. There you go. Yeah, Tannins, I don't mean to be. I didn't mean to be poo-pooing your profession, because I mean, like a lot of the stuff like algebra and that kind of stuff. Like, I wish I retained a lot of that knowledge, because like, yeah, that's useful. That's useful. Trigonometry and all that kind of stuff. Like, I wouldn't really. Like, I wasn't really good at maths, so I couldn't really like apply it into today's, like, you know, I wouldn't even know how to apply it. I don't think I could spell trigonometry. Anyway. So, wow, damn. It's been an hour and 3/4. So, guys, I'll be suffice to say that if you guys like my stuff, please like this video if you can. Also, if you can click that subscribe button. But if you want to go that extra mile, become a Fat Guy Army member, you get free stuff from the Man Shake. You get some credit, you know, depending on your how long you've been a member for. You get man bars, you get a free hat, you get this stuff, and a stubby cooler. You get all sorts of stuff. So thank you to the guys at the Man Shake. Just to support my channel with a little bit of a financial donation per month. Helps me grow. But you can also donate in the ways of Super Chat. And if you do like any one of my videos in particular, you can also click that applaud button. There's an applaud button next to the like and dislike button that you can donate via chats that way, or like kind of like Super Chats, but for videos. So, but yeah, Have to make that mention. Had to put my spruik in. It's been an hour and 45 minutes, and I got a spruik at once. I got to plug my own channel here. Made it purple. Hey, yes, Jared, you just gone over to the purple crew. So what? That's 3 months now. You've got your 3rd month. I'm going so now that it's like this the start of this new month. That's when I'm going to be looking at the membership times. I'm going to be sending an email out to the Manshake team to get the appropriate people their credits. Yeah, but yeah, to the purple now. Soon you'll be on the silver, and then you'll be on the gold. 3 days off 6 months. Well, Tannins, I'll make sure I wait 3 days. Okay, I'll wait 3 days for you because you'll once you get to your 6-month anniversary, that's when you get one of these, and you also get the stubby cooler. So I'm going to spin it around, keep it around that way. There you go. But yeah, other than watching me, what have you guys been doing tonight? What have you had for dinner? Let's do a round of that. What have you had for dinner, and how many steps are you up to? I'm up to 8,980. I need to get a couple more thousand to get to my bloody thingo. It's getting closer to new PC. Are you going to be retiring the crap top? Yes, my friend. Not sure when I'm going to actually officially retire the crap top. Getting pretty damn close to the fund, to the PC fund coming to fruition. But then it will just be the new fund. So yeah. Oh, guys, also as well, if you haven't heard already from my previous live stream, mid-April, Manshake are releasing a new flavor. New flavor mid-April. So Manshake are dropping a new flavor in mid-April. You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. I can't give you the exact date, but if you can make those orders last maybe a little bit longer, hold out until mid-April. That's when a new flavor is going to drop. And there's something really exciting coming too. So yeah, just keep an eye out for it. Osmodo, man, thank you so much for the super chat.
Super chat.
Dude, I love Scrubs. It's guy love, don't compromise. The love between two other guys. Holding up your heart into the sky. I love Scrubs. Me and one of my workmates, we used to do, much like the Simpsons quotes, we used to do Scrub quotes. So we used to, throw certain quotes at each other, and then we had to name what episode it was from. Love Scrubs. Haven't watched it all in a little while. It's getting... Travis says, I hate fractions. Now I use it every day. Working out amount of pots and pints and schooners. I'll be waiting for you for the new flavor before I order again. We'll use your credits. There we go. Travis says 2378. What does 2378 mean? Have I missed something here? It says date of birth. Travis, did you just drop your date of birth there? What do people think it is? Yeah, what do you think? Oh, that's your steps. Sorry, steps. Because I asked you steps. Yes. Yep, steps. Sorry. I forget what I say sometimes, or all the time. I'm a little special. Beef and gravy? No, it's not. Okay. Guys, get out of your head. They're never going to release a savory flavor. They're never going to release one. Stop asking for things like beef or chicken. If you want a beef flavored shake, go get some. There's already a brand out called Campbell's. They come in a can. You can drink it. You're going to heat it up and eat it with a spoon. They're not making savory flavors. It will never happen. Healthy choice, beef and red wine, 7,602 steps. That's going all right, mate. Going into the gym after the stream to get my quota of steps in. Well, then, Jared, I might screw you and then stay streaming until midnight. No, it's not going to happen. Mate, it was worth the $20 to hear you sing that. Well, thank you so much for the 20, my man. It's so appreciated, Oz. And like I said before, I'm going to be compiling a list of all the people who have donated towards the PC fund, and I don't know, inscribe your name on the side of it. That's what I really want to do. But I don't want to forget like all the people that have helped. We're gonna talk. We're gonna steak night. Gonna stay. Oh, wait. It's steak night. We're gonna. Damn it! It's steak night, and we're gonna eat it right. But I can't remember the tune of the song. We're gonna steak night. We're gonna steak night. We're gonna eat it right. Steak is. I remember that. But steak is such a treat. It's the world's best meat. We're gonna steak night. And they're talking to the guy who was dying, who just wanted a cold beer. And then JD was like, well, you know, when I go, I just want my last thought to be a good one. And then the old mate dies and he says, boys, that beer was awesome. And yeah. He gets angry because the kid was like, big night. Yeah, we're gonna steak night. I love that one. Honeycomb flavor, says Alice. Ooh. I'm not going to deny. I'm not going to say yes, but could be. Never say never, but I wouldn't buy it. You're getting a bit tipsy there, Ash? No, I'm not getting tipsy at all. Like, it takes me quite a bit. I'm just in a good mood tonight because I know that I have the day off tomorrow. like it's about this time of the stream that I'd usually be getting sort of like, yeah, so tomorrow's Monday. In less than 8 hours, or in 8 hours, I'm going to be waking back up to get ready for work. Like this, yeah, like that's a sad reality that I have on a Sunday night. I was like, oh Jesus. But it actually takes me quite a bit to get a wee bit tipsy, but yeah. Seafood or Guinness flavor? Get out. Needs a big sticker on the tower. Yeah, he needs a big sticker. Like he just needs like a whole like the part of the CPU is just called the Osmodo Man CPU. I introduced my dietitian daughter to the Pizziola. She's going to recommend it to all her clients. Solving the world problem. Solving the world problems one Pizziola at a time. Travis, I love that. Can you please refer your daughter to my channel? And and it's so funny. At her clients, like, yeah, it was pioneered by some fat guy on YouTube who's like, the Church of Pizziola. It will change your household forever. I've got to get that in sign. Saving the world, one Pizziola at a time, or changing the world. For all those who don't know what a Pizziola is, just type in Adam's Pizziola into Google, and you will thank me later. It will be a household favorite. Travis, what do you have on your Pizziola? So all those Pizziola eaters here, what do you have on it? Recently, I've been having, well, all the time, but I've been having chive, like the tomato paste, like so pizza paste, shredded ham, cheese, of course, light cheese, some chives, and some pineapple. I'm just thinking of might shake it up a little bit, try something new. You know, I'm getting a bit sort of like, yeah, it's good, still great, but I'm in the mood for something new. I was like to myself the other day, I was like, oh, why don't I get a bit of like chicken to put on top of it? I'm like, oh, Ash, you're such an idiot. Chicken on top of chicken, you're a dummy. Honeycomb has to be a strong. Honeycomb has to be a strong to be good, otherwise it's not good. Honeycomb has to be a strong to be any good, otherwise it's not good. Jared, mate. Okay, Jared, think about that sentence and retype it, my man. Honeycomb has to be a strong... I'm going to assume honeycomb has to be strong for it to be any good. Otherwise, it wouldn't be good. I'm going to assume that. I do like the idea of honeycomb. Like violet crumble kind of stuff. That would be good. A strong taste to be any good. Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Onion, ham, capsicum, mushroom, cheese. Yet it's very similar to the one that is on the website, but you're putting onion on it. I don't do that. Maybe you should put the onion on there. Capsicum, mushrooms, olives, cheese and sauce. There you go, olives. Only had one, ham and cheese. Yeah, can't go wrong with the old ham and cheese. It's going to be cookies and cream, says Damien. Oh, hello. Dale Smith is in the house. How you doing, Dale? What's going on, my man? Are you having a good night? How was your weekend, my friend? Did you have a good Easter? Did you get all sorts of yummy, delicious treats? You know, the biggest treat for me... Well, actually, it wasn't a treat. But the biggest treat for me last week was the Eels stomping all over bloody Cronulla, right? But they absolutely obliterated the Cowboys the other night. It was like, what was it, 48-10 or something like that? Something ridiculous. Palmy schnitzel with no breadcrumbs. So, oh yeah, guys, the Fat Guy Walk. I'm going to try to confirm whether the river walk is open yet. Like whether it's actually good, or whether it's like infested with mosquitoes or anything like that. It was after the floods. It was pretty devastated. So I'm still trying to organize that. I've got my heart set on that location, but I need to kind of, check to see its feasibility at the moment. This week I'm going to do a pizziola sweet potato, beetroot cheese, and maybe some mushroom. That's interesting. So like, I like the idea of like the caramelized, like sort of like the caramelized sweet potato, like the roasted sweet potato on there, a bit of like red onion, maybe a bit of like feta with a bit of sage. That would go good. Sorry, I dozed off for a sec. Are they doing a new flavor soon? Oh, sorry, big boned. I didn't mean to put you to sleep, my friend. Jeez. Jeez. Yeah, they're going to new flavor mid-April. So hold off your orders, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, this is the man shape we're talking about. So they might release it tomorrow. They might not release it at all. But from what I've been told, mid-April, new flavor coming in. So... Hey guys, I just finished moving out with the kids. Hope everyone had a good weekend. How good's the food on this weekend? Says Dale. Yeah, the Sharks did alright. Eels games tomorrow. I can't wait for the Eels. Ash, we don't need to discuss the Sharks v Eels games. Last week news. Oh, I'm sorry, Alice. I didn't know that you were a Sharky supporter. Who's winning the tipping comp so far? Some prick. Don't forget the coriander. No coriander. Jared bloody posting up. What was it like? It was Subway did like one of those April Fool posts. It's like a coriander flavored cookie, saying that for a limited time only, get a coriander flavored cookie. I'm just like, nope. Gross. Yuck. Anyway, $100 if you tell us the bloody flavor. Oz, mate, no. I've been sworn to secrecy, and I don't want to get in trouble. But feel free to donate if you want. You already have. You didn't put me to sleep. I could listen to you while reading the phone book. Hey, the phone book's a good read. It turns out that the Zugolowskis did it. I don't know any the Zapeskis did it. Yeah, there you go. It turns out the Zapeskis did it. $200. No. What do I think the score will be tomorrow? So, look, Parramatta, this is one of those games, and like me and my boss, we always sound the same. It's like every week, it's like, oh, the Eels, we need to win this one. We need to really show that we're a side to be reckoned with. And after us beating the Storm and Cronulla Sharks, be it that they were depleted, both the Storm and the Cronulla Sharks are thanks to the spoiler alert. Both the Cronulla Sharks and the Melbourne Storm are bogey sides for the Parramatta Eels, as in we have notoriously bad history playing them. We're just really bad at playing them. So we beat them both. So I'm stoked about that. It's this game that is the danger game for the Eels. The game that we should win. We've had the Tigers number for the last 4 years. The Tigers have not been able to beat us. We've beat them most of the times. We smashed them at Bankwest. We smashed them last year. It's this game that I'm really worried about. So I'm going to tip... I'm still going to tip 36-12. Because I think that if Parramatta show up and they play the way that they have been, up the middle, simple stuff, just front row forwards, pushing the offload when they see fit, but just going simple game up the middle, we'll get the points. We're fitter than their squad. So I'm going to pick a high scoring affair, but I'm not confident. Score will be 24-12, Eels to win. I like it. I like that score. I like it. We need to get a big score because there's been a few massive games this weekend, massive blowout games. For some stupid reason, I tipped the Titans to win. I thought, you know what, Titans for an upset against the Raiders, right? Titans doing good. Raiders not so good. They let in a lot of tries against the Warriors, and the Warriors didn't play too crash hot against them the week before. But yeah. Otherwise, I'd have a perfect round right about now. Eels lose this week, then lose 12 in a row to make the wooden spoon. Sorry to just... I wouldn't be surprised. Being an Eels supporter, that kind of stuff doesn't faze me. I've had that before. Tim just sent me an email. Thank you very much, Tim. Beautiful. Thank you so much. But yeah. So, guys, any other plans this weekend? Any other plans for tomorrow? What are we up to? Thank you guys again for your super chats, guys. Honestly, it means so much to me that you would take a little bit of money and donate it to me. Osmodo Man, we had Damien. Sorry, the list here is not working for me, but from memory, it was Lucas Thompson, Osmodo Man, Damien, $5 Canadian. I remember that. And who was the other one? Aaron Edwards. It was $7.46. So thank you very much, guys, and it's greatly appreciated. And yeah, I think I might call it a night because it is now 10 o'clock and we're going for 2 hours. Unless anyone else have any other questions or anything they'd like to discuss, any questions, queries, dramas, issues, or anything they want to talk about. Anyone else going to the Easter show this week? I know that Just Big Boned is. I've given him the hot tip on where to get the Dagwood from. Oh, George Colaris. How you doing, George? Georgie. Good seeing you, Georgie. I haven't seen you in a little while. How have you been, brother? What's going on, my man? Not all go para for tomorrow, says Mick. And ladies and gentlemen, if you are here, if you can do me a huge favor, right? If you watch one of my daily vlog videos, can you please not forget to like it? And if you can, just comment on it. I don't care what you say, because I know that you guys, the ones that are here, all watch, some of my videos. Just, can you please comment on it? Because those little comments, those little things that you do, interactions you have with my videos, it just helps promote my video to other people who may watch similar stuff like you. So I ask you a big favor. If you watch one of my videos other than the live stream, can you please comment and just like it? That is a huge favor for me. George says he's good. He's amazing. He's God, in fact. Hey, have you finished savings? That means Xbox at normal times. Yeah. daylight savings is over, my man. Yeah, that's a new thing. So Queenslanders will be like, why is he streaming so late? This is 8 o'clock. We're 8 o'clock your time. So it's 8 o'clock in Queensland. Well, it's now 10 o'clock in Queensland. It's 10 o'clock our time. So George says, I broke my wrist. Sorry to hear, dude. How'd you break your wrist? Thanks for the hot tip, dedicating my first Dagwood dog to you. Can you please stream, can you please record yourself eating that and put it on one of your vlog entries? Jess Bruce. How you doing, Jess? Hello, you beautiful bastards. How you doing, Jess? What's going on? How have you been? Jess, if you want to hear some stories, mate, go back in this stream a little bit earlier. I was victim of a peeping Tom. I legit was violated. I was violated in a public bathroom. Couldn't believe it. When are we doing the Fat Guy Walk? I want to do it soon, as I was saying probably about 5 minutes ago, Maddie. But I need to check out the location because it was underwater a couple weeks ago. So I need to see what the location is like, whether it is walkable, whether there's like extensive damage there. Yeah, I need to do that first. We should do a sync walk in Queensland for the same time for the Queenslanders. Yeah, we absolutely should. Oh, Alice Marsh, welcome to that Fat Guy Army. Thank you so much. Welcome to that Fat Guy Army. Let's get that going. I've got that somewhere here. Add existing, new member. Welcome, new member. There we go. Make it massive. But thank you so much for becoming a Fat Guy Army member. That's thank you. So appreciated. So you will see my previews of my weigh-ins early before that they actually go live, and you'll also get free stuff from the Man Shake. So once you get to your 2nd month anniversary, so after 2 months of being a Fat Guy member, you get $10 worth of credit to your Man Shake or Lady Shake accounts, and you're already $2 ahead. Cheering! How good's that? Regatta Centre is good. Is open. Good walk spot. I have to check out the Regatta Centre. I do really like the Nepean Walk because it's all like waterside and it's quite breezy. There's lots of places to get off. So I like Maddie. I wanted to organize it like for around this time. I was thinking of doing it this weekend, but with all the floods and everything, that kind of put a damper on all my stuff. I'm glad I didn't actually set a date on it, and then all the floods happened. So I'm going to investigate and set a date. Yeah, because I definitely want to get it done. I want to meet all you people, all you fine ladies and gentlemen, and Dale. But no, it's a good recommendation. Dale Smith. Dale, while I got you here, Dale, did Dylan Brown, did he say that, oh bro, I'm going to subscribe to that fat guy? When you saw him, did you say, I'm going to subscribe to him, I'm going to recommend all my Eels buddies do the same? Did you? Dale Smith the other day, he met Dylan Brown, one of the halves from the Parramatta Eels, and I told him to tell him that I love him. Tell him that I love him. Would anyone be interested in doing a walk in Brisbane or the sunny Gold Coast? There you go. Maddie, for sure. I'd be keen. Yeah, absolutely. We got a lot of Tassie, like people from Tassie. Got a lot of Queenslanders here. So, yeah, we should do a national Man Shakers Day, and like every state have a location to which everyone can meet up and do a walk at the same time. That would be cool, wouldn't it? We can raise money for charity. It'd be good. We can do the Redcliffe beachfront, then beer and dinner at the nice seafood spot. I love the thought, like, oh yeah, let's do let's do a really good walk and then drink beer and eat after it. I like it. I fell in the pool with water. Wait. Do you mean with no water? Because like if you fall in a pool with water, like I mean, generally the water catches you. Like I'm sorry to hear you hurt you. Oh, deep. So you fell into a shallow pool and you thought it was deep, was it? I showed him the channel and TV ad. So what did he say? He saw the TV ad. So he saw that you can be watching the grand final with your best mate Lionel. Did he see that? And he's like, yeah. And what did he say? I want to hear what he said. Did he say okay? Okay. Light beer with a salad. Is that better, Ash? Yes, that is better. National Fat Walk Day. I like that. I like that. That's a good one. With no water. Oh, shit. Yeah, falling into a 1.2 meter deep pool with no water, yeah, that would hurt. I can see why you would have broken your wrist. I'm sorry to hear, dude. Didn't mean to make light of the situation. But yeah, from what I read there, I was like, oh, you fell into a pool with water and you managed to break your wrist. Good job. How badly broken is it? Is it like completely, like, unworkable? I want to hear what Dale, what did he say? Like, was he like, yeah, that's going to be us this year. The NRL has told us that Parramatta are going to win the grand final. Ah, Darren, how you doing, Daz? Good seeing you, my friend. Dropping £5. That's fantastic. Thank you so much. We've had Canadian dollars tonight, and we've had pounds. I'm pretty sure there's pounds, or is that euro? No, euro is the... Hold on. I'm pretty sure there's a pound sign. But thank you, dude. Thank you so much. Oh, let me play the sound.
Super chat.
Mad dog for man shake, fat walk. I actually I'm gonna hit up. Oh, see you, George. Take it easy, man. Hope you're doing all right. Thought it was awesome. He's hoping you will watch them in the final. He was out on a bike the other day. Follow his Insta. Okay, I'll check him out. Just next time you see him, just say to him, look, yeah, this fat guy, yeah, he is a pretty big deal. Like, he's a pretty big deal in the Manshake community. You know, if you want to wear his brand, let him know. £5 is like $50 Australian. Yeah, I don't know what a pound would convert to in Australian. It's probably probably about $50. Nah, it's yeah, they're pretty hefty, the pounds. Maddie, where did you live again? Oh, this is where he gets you. This is where he gets you, Maddie. Just be careful, mate. This is where Osmo Man gets you. He finds out where you live, and he'll just start rocking up to your house. Yeah. I can confirm. Good day to sell shirts to walk to. Is it Easter currently where you are, Darren? Because is it Easter morning where you are? Like how's your day? Have you had any chocolate yet? I ate a Easter bunny while doing the stream while drinking a couple of beers. It's been good. Good day to sell shirts for the walk too. I've actually made a shirt, a fat guy shirt. Fat guy it has my logo here on the shirt. I ordered it. I created the design and ordered it from this website, and I ordered it like 2 weeks ago. I'm waiting for it to come in. I want to see the quality of it before I before I say, hey, look, you can get stuff, and I work on a couple more designs. I just want to see the quality of the actual shirt itself and the print before I say, hey, look, if you guys want any merch, here's some merch. Peeking through the toilet door. Oh, don't get me started. Don't get me started. Yeah, it was probably Osmodo Man following me into the toilets, and he's like, hey Ash. Hey Ash, I can see your doodle. Shut up, Flanders. Hey homie, I can see your doodle. I live in Dalby, mate, but I go to Brisbane a fair bit. I'm going to tackle Tabletop Mountain this year when I get fit. Should be good. How did the guts feel after the Dagwoods? Oh, Dale, mate. So the whole peeking through the door thing. And Darren, feel free to go back and listen to the stream a little bit earlier, maybe around the 1 hour mark. I forget. I actually got violated yesterday. I was victim of a peeking Tom. Some bloke was watching me while I was dropping my third Dagwood dog off at the toilet. He actually was like, staring at me through the crack of the door of the stall. Called him out on it. Like, we're the only two people in the bathroom, and he ran. And mall security did nothing, and it really kind of messed with me. I was so angry for the rest of the day. I could have killed him. We always talk about the epic poops I had to see for myself. It was epic. But mate, those Dagwoods they were great. Like, I mean, I don't know about you, Dale, but I've got a pretty strong constitution when it comes to that kind of stuff. So you might have a little baby's constitution. If you need to worry about your gut after Dagwoods. Oh, those Dagwoods were amazing. Did you like the counter? Did you guys like that? Did you find it funny? Because I was laughing when I made that. Easter Sunday morning, been at work now, currently 1:16 p.m. Okay, cool. Have you had much chocolate, much in the ways of chocolate today? Because you guys are still in lockdown, aren't you? He's probably seen how many Dagwoods he put down, probably thought one more wouldn't hurt. I can see your doodle. Mine's bigger. Gareth, somehow I doubt that. Like, does the tip of yours dip into the water like mine? Just making jokes. You'll see how unimpressive it is in the budgie smugglers. Oh, jeez Louise. Can I have some cheese, please? Warm. Ugh. All right. Okay. How did you feel when somebody didn't eat her dog? Not naming. How did I feel? Yeah. Alyssa. Well, okay. To be fair, Alyssa's tiny, right? She's 5, and I gave her this massive Dagwood dog. Like, I would have it would have been better to get her like the one from the cheese on a stick. Guys, if you're going to get a Dagwood dog, if you're going to the Easter show, like, they sell the cheese on the stick. At the cheese on the stick stands, they also sell Dagwood dogs. Avoid them at all costs. They are shit. They are terrible. Get the Dagwoods from any other place than cheese on a stick. Avoid them. It was the worst one I had by far. The cheese on the stick, not bad, but it was just like, wasn't great, as good as what I remember. But anyway, when she didn't want to finish it, I was like, okay, yeah. But she started eating my chips. I'm like, excuse me? You asked for this giant Dagwood dog. It's yes day. I can't really say no to you that you want my chips, but in the same breath, like, get your own chips. Like, when it comes to like that kind of like food on a truck stuff, like the the brisket and that, it's really like hit and miss for me. Like, just after my conversation about having a strong constitution there, I find that when I've felt sick to the stomach, like I've had like, the trots, it's been the result of brisket from the back of a truck somewhere, but I just can't help myself. I smell that wood, like the wood smoke. I'm just like, brisket. So, I went in that. Did I try bacon on a stick? I couldn't find it. Angela and I were trying to find bacon on a stick, and we couldn't find it. I was devastated, but nonetheless, I was satisfied with my Dagwoods of choice. It's like going to the urinal and there's no one else there. Someone comes in and pees right next to you. They nearly do. I did that to a friend, Reptile Matty, a mate of mine. So one of my mates, he's like one of those guys that, like, he's a real hugger. Like, he is a super hugger. Like, he like will rush up to you and he'll pick you up. Like when I was at 160 kilos, he was like one of those guys. Like the have you seen Kung Fu Panda 3? And there's that one panda just like hugging. I don't know who you are, and he's just hugging him. Yeah, he's like that. But I really weirded him out because we're at this like movie cinema up in Port Macquarie on a weekend away, like all the boys. And at this cinema, like it had one of those like old style urinals where it's just like, the whole wall is just a urinal. And it's not like the separate urinals you stand at. It's just like that big metal trough. And it was, no word of a lie, like 20 meters long. It was like one of the longest ones I've ever seen. Right. So he's there standing at one point in it. There's no one else there. I literally walked up and stood like literally at his shoulders like, hey man, how you doing? He was so angry. I did it because I knew it would just make him feel uncomfortable. And it worked. Douse with rag on a stick. Yuck. I wash myself with a rag on a stick. As a woman, I'm curious. Do men look at other men when you're using the urinal? Okay, Alice. So generally, no. There's a few rules when you go to the urinal. There's unspoken rules, right? Okay. You can look up and you can look down. There's no looking left to right. All right. Conversation, big no-no. Unless you're talking to a mate who is in a cubicle, right? You can't be talking to a mate who's standing right next to you with his dick no, I won't be so crude, with his thing in his hand, right? But if he's in the cubicle, like, dropping one, yeah, you guys are gonna want to chat. But looking up, looking down, looking straight ahead, no side to side, right? Because the moment you turn your head sideways, the other guy's thinking, well, he's looking at my Johnson. So, yeah, generally no. But I don't know how it is for women. Like, I just get the feeling like, women in bathrooms, that the shirt comes off, the bras come off, and, all ladies do is giggle and laugh and, have pillow fights in the bathrooms. Is that right? Does that sound about right? Yeah, some guys look at you when they're using the urinal. It's freaky. Yeah, there's some guys like it's quite off-putting. Like, I mean, you'll be there lining up at a sporting event, and there'll be this one guy who's standing at the urinal, and by the time you walk up there, he'll already be like midstream pissing. You will come up. You'll do your routine, you'll do yours, zip up, walk away, wash your hands, and he's still going. And you're like, how do you have that much piss in you? Like, oh God, this conversation has really gone downhill. Sorry, we shouldn't really be talking about this. The other rules are you can checkmate people. So like if there's if there's 5 urinals, right? And there's like a guy on the end, right? Hold on, wait. Wait. Let me think about this, right? Yeah. So if there's 4 urinals, right, and you got a guy on one end, right? You generally, it is more accepted. So there's a guy here, you would go to this one, right? But you can checkmate people, like if there's a line, and go to this one, so that they got to pick one on either side next to another person. I don't know. There's all sorts of games you can play. It's a bit of a mathematical equation on which one to pick. So you kind of like, always have a, one, like, a buffer of one urinal between you. But yeah, really, I don't care. I really don't care that much. I can't stand people that, when there's urinals available, like a whole line of them, and then they go into the cubicle to piss. Like, honestly, come on, guys. Yeah, no one's in there to look at you. And it's just so bad because men can't aim for anything. And it's true. Every 2 urinals, don't pee next to you. No high-fiving. No conversation. Anyway. Toilet humor. Where would we be without you? But anyway, guys, look, I've gone over time here. Jeez, I've gone over time. It's about 10:30 now, and it's 10:30 across Australia. For all those Queenslanders, did this time suit you? Did this time suit you? Because usually I'd be starting at 7 o'clock your time. So did 8 o'clock suit you guys, Queenslanders? We'll show that one. When I was doing my business, I heard a guy. Oh, hold on, this is funny. When I was doing my business, I heard the guy next to me do a big plop and said, "You sunk my battleship," and he couldn't stop laughing at that. You sunk my battle. That's so funny. Good night, team. Have a great Monday. Dale Smith says so. You hear that? It's time for me to go. But thank you guys for hanging out this Easter Sunday. I had a lot of fun chatting to you guys. Hope you're all doing well and keeping as well behaved as you can be. It is back to normality on Tuesday for a lot of us, so hopefully we can all get back into our routine. But if you do want to hit me up, or you have any questions, queries, dramas, issues, anything that we didn't cover tonight, or if you need a little bit of help along your weight loss journey, feel free to email me, contactthatfatguy@gmail.com. Thank you to everyone who has donated in the form of a super chat, and Alice Marsh for becoming a Fat Guy Army member. So everybody, I love all of you. There's absolutely nothing that you can do about it, and you have yourself a awesome Easter. And yeah, be good to each other. Yeah, be good to each other. All right. Love you all. See you all tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye-bye.